Happy Wednesday, New England Patriots fans. Welcome to Patriots Today by Chat Sports. I am your host, Allie Barefoot, and we go live every single Wednesday at 5 p.m. Eastern Time as we're getting closer and closer to the NFL Draft. On today's show, we're going to talk about a little bit of trade rumors. Going to hop into 8.0, our version of the mock draft if Abdul Carter and Travis Hunter are not available by pick number 4. And, of course, we're going to hear from you guys, but all of your questions, thoughts, hot takes, opinions about the Patriots so far this offseason. Thank you guys so much for tuning in here. I appreciate each and every single one of you. And I'm going to go ahead and ask you guys to like that button if you haven't already. Want the Patriots to make a blockbuster trade. So far, they've really just been signing guys in free agency, which is totally what they should have done with $130 million in cap space. But I feel like Mike Vrabel could still have another impressive move up his sleeve besides signing a guy like Stephon Diggs and making the plethora of defensive signings that they did accomplish on day one. So I personally would like them to trade for another skills player, and I do think that a Tyreek Hill would be a good addition from the Miami Dolphins. I also think Breece Hall could be a good option at running back from the New York Jets. I know you're probably thinking, Allie, can you get out of the AFC East? Unfortunately, it looks like all those teams are just trying to shed some salaries and possibly get rid of some players. But we will talk about what a Breece Hall trade would look like for New England on today's show as well. I do have 90 people in the chat here with me already, 19 likes going in here. I got Double S, Christopher Flores, Old Man Logic, Tim Garrity, Numbnuts is in here as well, Boston Bob, Andy Hode is in here. Appreciate you guys for hopping into today's stream. Nicholas is in here. Anthony is in here saying, hey, girl, what's going on, Anthony? Happy to have you in here. And we do have our producer, Jack Lotteray, back with us on our live show. Mr. Jack, I heard you're pretty tired from watching all of these late-night Red Sox games.
Don't even get me started. and it's bad because they've lost the last few, and it's been absolutely disgusting baseball to watch. But I'm good. Draft's almost here.
Deep breath.
Draft's almost here.
I'm freezing, so you guys I might start stuttering a little bit because I am so cold. We're going through renovations here at the Chat Sports office, and there is genuinely, we have literally done this. There is a distinct temperature drop when you get farther and farther back in our studio.
You get past the Studio D line of, or it's like the Studio G line of demarcation. It goes from the Sahara Desert to Antarctica.
Oh, it's 61 degrees in the studio right now.
It's a construction myth. It makes no sense. I told Allie because she had a sweatshirt on before. I'm like, wear the sweatshirt. She's like, my outfit looks cute. I gotta wear my outfit.
My outfit looks cute. I'm not gonna cover it up with my dingy JMU sweatshirt that I got in college. Come on now. I just don't try to look impressive for any of the men out there. I try to look impressive for you guys. So I wear my dingy sweatshirt out there. So it's fine. Everybody wins. Everybody wins here. Which positions should the Patriots trade for? Let me know in the comment section down below. I do think that trading for a wide receiver or a running back could be a good asset right now. I also wouldn't be opposed to possibly trading for a safety. I know that we signed Marcus Epps, but that's really kind of a depth piece there. And we're very old in that area, which I'm actually thankful for because we do kind of have a pretty young defense. So having Kyle Duggar and Jabril Peppers be veterans in the safety room is a really great asset to have in the locker room. But they also both dealt with major injuries last year, so I could possibly see them trading for somebody in the secondary, help out Carlton Davis and Christian Gonzalez as well. So please let me know in the comment section if you guys haven't already. From Vicious Tuna, James, can you imagine Diggs and Hill on the same line? Come on. I think it'd be lethal on the field. Off the field, a lot of testosterone. Lot of stuff going on. You can't tell me they would not be. They would so be fighting over the same girl or do. Tyreek Hill's got 9 kids. Stephon Diggs is over here stealing players' girls. That's what the rumors say. He's got 10 kids. He's expecting his 10th kid. That's just a lot of. That's a lot of testosterone in there. To be honest, that is going to be a little bit of button heads, but on the field, magic. Magic on the field. Magic on the field. If Vrabel can do anything, he can get those two in line. That's for sure. Nicholas KM, Old Man Logic, Double S saying smash the like button, homies. Christopher Domingo Jr., Christopher Flores, Sarah is in here as well. Sarah's in here, Jack's girlfriend. We love it. Appreciate you for watching, Sarah. Buno is in here. You have to jump in. We're talking about Breece Hall. Of course she wants to know what's going on. Aren't we all? I'm freezing at work. I'd rather be bored than freezing at work, to be honest. This is ridiculous. I'm going to get sick from this. I might just get sick enough to call out of work, so maybe it works out. Maybe it works out. Don't want to wear the sweatshirt. My outfit's cute. I'm dressing because I'll wear sweaters to work when it's 80 degrees in Texas. My boyfriend makes fun of me because he's like, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm not dressing for outside. I'm dressing for in the office.
Oh, well, everyone, I've been here for almost 4 years, and I've worn the same Nike hoodies every single day since I've been here, even in the middle of the Texas summers, and everyone clowns me for it. But now I catch the dub because it is freezing in this office every day.
But see, when you work in an office full of men, I just need to feel feminine sometimes. And I need to dress nice and feel like a woman.
Girl, strut your stuff.
Thank you.
Strut your stuff.
That's
you do,
what I'm
you do
saying.
you. You do you.
I mean, I'm just talking about...
I'm just saying, like, you know, maybe prioritize your health and not catch a cold.
Maybe, but see, my favorite color is green. All my sweaters are green, and we work in a green screen studio. So you see the dilemma. These are girl problems that I face every day. All right, anyways, obviously, you guys... Girl problems. I can't wear my green sweaters because of the green screen. Guy problems. We're going to trade down. We need to trade down and bulk up our draft picks. This is just Patriots problems. Should the Patriots trade down in round one? Type Y for yes, type in for no. Can I just say I don't care? Like, I think both are great. I think both. It depends on what you get when you do trade down. But from all of the propositions I have seen, whether you trade down with the Panthers or the Raiders or the Saints, I think that all of those propositions have been great. They're bulking up the Patriots draft stock. And I saw one from Mina Kimes I talked about on the show a couple of days ago, and it was the New Orleans Saints trade with the Patriots. They get Shedeur Sanders with pick number 4. The Patriots get pick number 9. They also get the second and third round pick from the Saints, and they get a second round pick in 2026. Who wouldn't take that? Obviously. I don't know if the Saints are going to ever make a trade like that, but I also could see why they would just stop and take Will Campbell or Armand Membo at pick number 4 and just be done with it and go into round 2. So I truly don't care what they do. And I am so happy we're in that position because I think whoever you take at number 4, if Hunter and Abdul Carter are gone, whoever you take at pick number 4 is not going to be your franchise player. It's not. It's just not that kind of draft. And that's fine. It's going to be a helpful asset to the Patriots, but it's not your Drake May. So you can take whoever you want at pick number 4, or you can trade down because I do think there are 2 good players, 2 franchise players in this draft, and it's Carter or Hunter. Well, unfortunately, they could go number 2 and number 3, and then you're back at number 4. And that's why we traded Joe Milton. All right, should we trade for Breece Hall? Type T for trade, type P for pass. I'm going to go T for trade. I don't know if the Jets would make that trade with the Patriots. It feels very Saquon Barkley-esque from the Giants to the Eagles. Not that, we would win the Super Bowl with Breece Hall this year, but I would say trade, obviously. I do think that would be a really good compliment to Ramondre Stevenson's game because you got, little Sonic and Knuckles action there. Ramondre obviously being more of your bruising back, and then Breece Hall would be your speed. And then you also have Antonio Gibson. So that's 3 good running backs right there. Or you could trade for Breece Hall and ultimately get rid of Ramondre Stevenson if you really see that is the best move. But, that's a lot of dominoes to fall. Boston Bob is in here. Sean, Old Man Logic, Brian, Mimi, Connor, F. Hell no, just draft the running back in the 3rd. Yeah, that's fair. Luisto is in here. That would be a really super awesome trade. A really super awesome trade. Buno, it seems like the Browns getting Hunter, they need him more than us. Browns got a lot of issues. Old Man Logic, trade to 7 for Garrett Wilson. Oh, you want to trade for Garrett Wilson, not for Breece Hall. I don't think the Jets are going to give us Garrett Wilson. I would say 99.9% no. Unless it's like a Ted Lasso situation where the GM just wants to sabotage the team because of their own personal issues. Then maybe. Mimi is saying, get Cam Scatabo. Okay. All right. All right. Well, if you guys want to get on the show, obviously you have a lot of opinions about the Patriots trade and the NFL draft. So use hashtag Patriots in the comment section to put down your comments, questions, opinions, hot takes, or concerns of the Patriots, and we will discuss it here on our mailbag in segment number 3. For example, use hashtag Patriots. Do you trade down in the NFL draft? That is as simple as it gets, and then Mr. Jack can use that in his little system there and pull your questions and put them up on screen. Hashtag Patriots. Who is your favorite player? It's that simple. Super simple. Or you guys could super chat with your question, and that way you will get on the stream no matter what. If you just send in the comment, Mr. Jack is going to be in charge of filtering it out, and he'll decide whether or not to put that question on our show. So be sure to use hashtag Patriots, then put your question after that. But all right, looks like we've got 3 segments here today. Number 1, trade for Breece Hall. Number 2, a 7-round mock draft for the Patriots. I came up with this mock draft, and I am looking at it as in the Patriots do not have Abdul Carter or Travis Hunter. Who do they take? Last but not least, a mailbag. Use hashtag Patriots, just like Kali Lama is doing and Christopher Flores are doing in the comment section right now. But I do... What? Fun. I do have a really quick request, though. We're at 34 likes. I respectfully... We have to get 50. We can't start until we get to 50. Respectfully, I am shivering just like the video. Dude, my nose is running. I swear to God, I'm getting sick. I just threw away my Dayquil that I've had on my desk for a week. Why did I do that? Look how sick my Yeti is. I got it at Cosm. It's got the Players logo on it. The Players Championship. They gave it away at Cosm for the major. That's not a major. For the Players Championship. I was like, yeah. Everybody got one. Hunter and I both have a Yeti that says the Players on it. I don't know. They were giving these out for free, but they also had a merch table from the PGA of America there. So... my Cosm ticket was like $20, and it was electric. It was so nice. Right in front of the screen. No, I was like lower down. Like I was like surrounded by the entire thing. And it felt like I was actually like at the champions. I mean, it was like, I don't think I'd want to be there for a high, like a loud event. Because it was so nice with golf, just being in that surround sound, and it was like, Scotty Schefter. It's good. Wow.
Sarah, I know you're still watching. We might need to go there for WrestleMania.
Well, then you need to go there for like a concert or something. No, that's not. Okay. James, I like your question. Be sure to put hashtag Patriots before you ask that question. No, she just said hard no. No, I'm not going. I don't blame you, Sarah. I went for golf, and I'm like a new fan to golf. Why would she watch wrestling with you? Because I like it. Okay, well, whatever. Girls don't like wrestling. That's fine. I liked SmackDown when I was like a kid, but I also didn't have a choice because my brother held the remote, so it wasn't like I had any choice. No, because then he would use those moves on me, and it's just not fun. No, freaking smacked in the back with a chair. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. The chairs. I should have been a diva. What am I doing with my life? All right. I'm like cold sweating right now. I'm literally shivering. All right. 150 people are not here to listen to me complain. Let's go ahead and talk about Breece Hall and whether or not he will be traded to any team, but more specifically, the New England Patriots. Jack, you ready? Let's go. ESPN suggests the New York Jets could be trading away their superstar running back, Breece Hall. Could they possibly trade him to an AFC East rival, the New England Patriots? Might be a little bit of a far stretch, but depends on what we offer him. And I will have a possible trade position at the back half of this show that I will ask you guys how you feel about it. But first, I do need to ask you guys to help us reach 25,000 loyal subscribers here on Patriots Today by Chat Sports. We need 174 more to go. Let me tell you, this is the month to be subscribed to this channel. In May, if you're tired of me, feel free to unsubscribe. But this is the NFL draft month. I need you guys fully locked in. Go on ahead, hit that sub button for me if you guys haven't already. Why would the New York Jets be thinking about trading away their top running back? That's because contract extensions are around the corner. And Garrett Wilson, Sauce Gardner, and Breece Hall are all eligible for a contract extension. This is a no-brainer. Obviously, they're going to extend Garrett Wilson. Now, whether or not Justin Fields can make Garrett Wilson a 1,000-yard receiver, we'll have to see. Sauce Gardner, same thing. When you have the offensive rookie of the year and the defensive rookie of the year, you probably extend them both. So that leaves Breece Hall kind of out in the wind, floating in between possibly getting an extension or finding a new team. And I think he realizes that because Breece Hall then went on social media and tweeted out this meme of a monkey smoking a cigarette. This could be interpreted in many different ways, but ultimately I'm taking it as Breece Hall is looking at this thinking, you know what? I think it might be time for me to head out. So now there are ESPN analysts out there suggesting that right now they take advantage of Breece Hall, who's at probably his prime as a 23-year-old running back, and see what they could get for him in a trade proposal. And I think regardless, whether the Jets decide to trade to us or not, New England should be interested. Fully 110% interested in Breece Hall as a running back for the New England Patriots. Because what he is able to put up year over year is showing potential. It's showing growth that I don't think he has fully unlocked just yet. I mean, look at Saquon Barkley, not comparing the two, but clearly he was not being utilized the right way in the New York Giants system. Then he goes to Philadelphia and absolutely unleashes and leads them to a Super Bowl along with Jalen Hurts. I think that Breece Hall, who is a great running back, may have just outlived his time in a New York Jets uniform because they also have Braylon Allen, who they seem to really enjoy that 1-2 punch, kind of like the Detroit Lions do, but maybe they just stick with Allen because he's not ready for a contract extension just yet. Breece Hall, it's either pay him or trade him. And I think they end up trading him. And I do think the Patriots will be interested in a guy like Breece Hall because we already know that Mike Vrabel wants to draft the running back later this month. So clearly he wants to add to the running back room despite having Ramondre Stevenson and Antonio Gibson already in uniforms. But we also know that Ramondre Stevenson, he might be up in the air a little bit just because of how bad he played last year. Now, I understand he played to his standard because the offensive line was terrible, so I'm not fully putting it on himself, but I am not sure how much trust you can have in Ramondre to lead you for 17 games. When he fumbled 7 times last year, when he spent more times behind the line of scrimmage because he couldn't get any burst going, and he just seemed like he ran out of gas. And without having that trust in Ramondre, Antonio Gibson is not your running back one. He's not. So I'm afraid that they decide to bench Ramondre later in the year because he's not living up to the standard, and now you're left without a star running back, which is why Breece Hall would be a good solution. So I'll ask you guys this. Should the Patriots trade for Breece Hall right off the bat? Type T for trade, type P for pass. I know some of you guys might think that Ramondre can have a good year now that we're bulking up our offensive line. Maybe give him one more chance. Or take the opportunity while it presents itself and trade for Breece Hall. But is he going to be traded? That is another big fat question mark. They could pull a nice little Bengal situation where you're thinking there's no way they can afford Burrow, Jamar Chase, and T. Higgins, and then boom, they pay everybody. But the latest information here on the Breece Hall rumors is it sounds like the Jets are really starting to like the idea of possibly dishing out a trade. And a Jets beat reporter Zach Rosenblatt, he actually did give the latest information here on Breece Hall, saying there is some big logic to the idea of moving Hall in a trade right now, especially if the Jets don't intend to sign him to a long-term deal, which I haven't heard anything that they do. He's only 23, a legitimate playmaker capable of scoring any time he touches the ball, which sounds fantastic for the Patriots offense. He'll be 3 years removed from ACL surgery in October, and he's become one of the NFL's best pass-catching backs. Sounds great for Drake May. Hall is also 15th in rushing yards, though he's declined across the board in the running game. Well, he's also got his carries pretty much split in half because now he's switching with Braylon Allen. So I do think that Breece Hall, once again, is not being utilized the way that he should in New York, which is why having a pass-catching running back, which we do utilize from Andre Stevenson a few times out there in some nice wheel routes and some jet sweeps, so I know that we have an offense that can utilize a running back with his skill set, but we have to make sure the trade is enough to get the New York Jets to bite, because why in the hell would they trade Breece Hall to the New England Patriots? That just seems very counterproductive because we play the Jets twice in a year. And I do know that if they are looking to trade Breece Hall, they're going to be trying to get as much possible out of the 23-year-old who is ranked in the NFL as a top running back. So what would it take to get this AFC rival to trade with us? We'll talk about it in a minute. First, I do want to tell you guys about the official ticketing partner of Patriots Today by Chat Sports, Game Time. If you guys are looking to go see the Patriots play later this year, then download the Game Time app. Not to mention, playoff season is right around the corner for both basketball and hockey, and I want you guys to be there for the Celtics and the Bruins, and also go catch a game, grab a hot dog with the Boston Red Sox. The number one reason why I love using Game Time is because I love the fact that you can see the view from your seat in the app before you buy with a nice panoramic 180-degree view, making sure you're not sitting behind a pole, making sure you're not too close to the men's restroom. You know exactly what you're getting. And you're also going to get lowest price guaranteed. Now, I do not buy anything full price, so if I know Game Time is looking out for me and they use Game Time picks to make sure that they are giving me the best deal with the best seat in the arena, stadium, whatever, that's why I love using Game Time. Go see your favorite teams play, your favorite athletes, your favorite artists. Doesn't matter. If you need a ticket to get in, Game Time's got you covered. Go on ahead and download the Game Time app. You want to use promo code CHATSPORTS. This is going to give you guys $20 off your first time buying tickets while terms do apply. Again, download the Game Time app, create an account, use promo code CHATSPORTS for $20 off your first time buying tickets. Terms apply. Download Game Time today because what time is it? It is game time. The Patriots would have to work a little bit harder for a trade to land Breece Hall than possibly a Dallas Cowboys or a Pittsburgh Steelers, and that's because they're going to try and ask to trade him in division. It doesn't happen very often, but when it does, it could be kind of crazy. So I've noticed a lot of propositions out there are asking for a Breece Hall and a third-round pick, maybe a fourth. But I propose this. We give them Breece Hall, we get Breece Hall, and we give the New York Jets a third-round pick via Atlanta, so you still have a third-round pick, and then you give them the fifth-round pick that you did acquire for Joe Milton, and you still have another fifth-round pick. So you're essentially giving up the extra draft picks that you have acquired from the Joe Milton and the Matthew Judon trade. So you can still pick in the third, still pick in the fifth, and you acquired Breece Hall. Now, this looks really, really appealing to the New York Jets, who are clearly trying to rebuild something on offense. And I think they may possibly hear us out on this. But let me ask you guys, would you accept this trade? Type A for accept, type D for decline. To trade for Breece Hall, you give away 2 draft picks that you acquired via a trade, and you keep your strategy the same in the NFL draft. Go on ahead and let me know in the comment section down below. I obviously would be okay with that draft, with that type of trade, but I just think it's a little too far-fetched for me. I really do not see the New York Jets, who are on the same struggle bus as the New England Patriots right now to get to the playoffs, giving us their top running back. It just doesn't make any sense to me. It truly sounds like a Joe Schoen give away Saquon Barkley to the Philadelphia Eagles, and I'm going to lose sleep at night if he goes to the Eagles. That's the kind of deal it seems to me. So I think it's a little bit of a stretch right now. But I do know the Patriots are making huge statement moves this year by signing players like Robert Spillane, Harold Landry, Stephon Diggs, Morgan Moses. So I do think that Mike Vrabel, as confident and as aggressive as he has been in free agency, I do think if the Jets make a statement that they are open to receiving calls about a Breece Hall trade, I do think Mike Vrabel and Elliott Wolf will at least reach out and see what it would take. It might take something like that I just showed you, or maybe even a little bit more. So if anything does happen with Breece Hall and the Patriots making a trade, I will talk about it right here on Patriots Today by Chat Sports. If you guys haven't already, go on ahead and hit that sub button for me. Whew, I forget to breathe. Jeez, Breece Hall. What a trip that would be. There's no way. There's no way they're trading him to the Patriots. Oh, I think my boyfriend's going to the Lakers-Mavericks game tonight. Isn't that crazy? He said, I want to see LeBron play before he retires. What better game than Luka's homecoming? I was like, yeah, you know. Like 300. Bowl is in here saying he wants to trade down in the NFL draft to get an offensive weapon. Brandon is saying if he can't trade down and Carter and Hunter are gone, Mason Graham. $308. Connor F. is in here. My friend Pat, Kyle, Paper Waves, Christopher Flores, saying as long as Stevenson never starts again. Wow, we are really out on Stevenson, huh? That's tough. Mimi, Cam Scatabo is better than Breece Hall, in my opinion. No comment. I said Mimi said Cam Scatabo is better than Breece Hall, in her opinion. Pats fan. Probably a hot take, but I could see it. I could see it. All right, we have one more segment to get through before we do head into our mailbag. Be sure to send in your questions using hashtag Patriots, or you can super chat with your comments, questions, concerns, or hot takes that we can put on our mailbag, which is coming up after we do our 7-round mock draft. You guys want to get on the show, go ahead and put those comments in our comment section down below. But I would like to see if we can at least get close to 100 likes before we do start segment number 2. What's funny? We take Membo. Why? Membo's a dog. Why would you not want to take Armand Membo? He's like a top-ranked offensive lineman. I'm going to drive my car off a bridge. If the Patriots draft Ashton Genty, I'm going to drive my car off a bridge. God. All right. Be sure to hit that like button for me if you guys haven't already. Let's go ahead and at least try to get to 85 likes before we do start segment number 2. I'm still cold. Tank, he's a right tackle. Do we need a right tackle? We need a tackle, period. And you can put him on the left side. I 100% think you can put him on the left side. He does play left tackle too, but Mizzou was already fully stacked at the left side. So
I want to make a comment real quick.
Make it.
Because Austin says, Cam, scat is slow. If everyone's arguments about Cam Scatterbo are just that he's slow, you did not watch a single second of his film this year.
Get him, Jack.
I'm just saying, I watched every Arizona State game this year because I am an Arizona State alum, and I'm proud of it. And just because he doesn't have the 4.2 40-yard dash speed, the guy is a freaking tank. And when he gets going, he gets going. So, relax.
Oh, it's been a long week, and it's Wednesday, my dudes.
See, but see, Austin, 4.6540. You're just saying one thing. He ran in his underwear, and that's all. That's the only argument you have. That's the only argument you have for him is he's a little slow. He's a little slow. You obviously didn't watch any of his film this year. You didn't watch a single snap that he ran this year. Obviously. I'm getting all hyped up now. But obviously, you did not watch a single snap of his this year. You did not watch his ability to find the hole. You did not watch his ability to run over tacklers. You did not watch his ability to keep balance when he got hit with contact. Obviously, you didn't watch a single snap of his this year. And that argument, and Austin, it's not just you. This is like an argument across all of NFL draft Twitter is, oh, he's slow. He's not going to be good. He's not that good. Those people didn't watch any of his tape. Watch the tape. And then you're going to say, oh my God, this guy is an absolute beast. This guy's going to be awesome. He single-handedly carried Arizona State to the semifinals of the college football playoff. If he was not on that team, they would not have gotten there. Thank you, Austin. I'm chill now. Just watch the film. Please.
You're going to be pissed when I don't have Cam Scatterbo in my 7th-round mock draft in a second.
I'm sorry, Austin. That was not me going off on you. I have had to sit here all NFL draft season long and listen to people continuously make the argument against Cam Scatterbo because he ran a 4.65 40. I have had to listen to all of these so-called draft experts say, nah, man, Scatterbo's like a late round 4 guy because he ran a 4.65 40. So I'm sorry, Austin, that I put that on you. That was frustration for all of this draft season, listening to that absolute slander about Cam Scatterbo because he ran a slow 40-yard dash.
Okay, we are going to hop into our 7th-round mock draft here. So go hit that like button for me. That's okay. That is okay. That is okay. You talk your ish. You do it. A proud alumni. All right, Mr. Jack, you ready to go for our latest mock draft? Let's go. The NFL draft is just a couple of weeks away, and I wanted to break down a full 7-round mock draft for the New England Patriots, but I wanted to look at it from the standpoint as if Travis Hunter and Abdul Carter are not available at pick number 4. What do the Patriots do then? How do they base their entire 7-round skills on not having Hunter or Carter? We'll break that down here on Patriots Today by Chat Sports, but first things first, should the Patriots trade down if there is no Carter or Hunter available at pick number 4? Yes or no? Let me know in the comment section down below. I am 110% okay with either one. I think that you can get a great player at pick number 4, but I also think that if you can squeeze enough draft picks out of whichever team you're trading with, going down to the top 10, I think that's also a very good move for the Patriots as well. You guys let me know in the comment section down below. Just to re-jog your memory, since we have traded Joe Milton, our draft stock changed just a little bit. Picks 1 through 4 are still the same. Round 1, 2, 3, and 4. But now, round 5 and 7 had changed just a little bit because of Joe Milton. We gave away one of our 7th-round picks, and in return, we did gain round 5 pick number 171 via Dallas, still giving us 9 total picks in 2025. So, round 1, pick number 4, if Abdul Carter and Travis Hunter are not on the board, I am selecting Will Campbell, the offensive tackle from LSU. I do think that he will be pushed to the left side. The tackle from the guard position if he does play for the New England Patriots. And right now, DraftKings and sportsbooks out there are saying that Will Campbell is the favorite for the Patriots with pick number 4. They're also speculating that Travis Hunter will go to the Cleveland Browns and Abdul Carter will go to the New York Giants. I'm not mad at this pick at all. I do think that Will Campbell is probably your best option at number 4. And I know that we need an offensive tackle like a fish needs water so bad on the left side. And I think when you look at who he is off the field, what he is able to do on the field, and just as an all-around player with a captain mentality and a Mike Vrabel as your head coach, Will Campbell makes way too much sense for the Patriots with pick number 4 to trade down. It does. It's very unfortunate. But also, I think the Patriots got an absolute steal and probably the best pass blocker in the NFL draft. Jeremy Fowler even saying, look, he's going to be incredible, all-pro caliber guard. And if he's a tackle, he will be better than at least half of the tackles in the NFL right now off the bat. And I know for a fact he'd be better than Verdarian Lowe. Captain, started every game. Just don't overthink it. I think us as Patriots fans right now, because we do not have the top 3 picks in the draft, we're thinking, oh, let's just trade down. Let's just go to number 9. Let's just completely just throw away our draft because we can't get Travis Hunter and Abdul Carter. And I get it. It's tough. But do not be concerned with his arm length at left tackle. That is just mumbo jumbo. They say the same thing about Joe Burrow. His hands are too small to throw the football. He's one of the best NFL quarterbacks right now. I like Will Campbell at number 4, and I'm staying at number 4 and not trading down. But if I get an offensive tackle with pick number 1, I am going to get a wide receiver with pick number 2. Round 2, pick number 38, Luther Burden, the 3rd from Mizzou. You already have your wide receiver 1 and Stephon Diggs, so why not throw in one of the best route runners in the NFL draft with the kid from Mizzou? 61 for 80, 676 yards. So clearly, he's not putting up the 1,000 yards that should be your wide receiver 1. I think he'd be a really good complement to a guy like Stephon Diggs. Not to mention, 3 drops in 61 catches. I think he would have a really good opportunity to mesh very well with Drake May early in preseason, in training camp, in OTAs, and maybe even give Jalen Polk and Javon Baker some run for their money and make them step up their game as well. He'd be a very good pairing with Diggs when you know that he is going to get probably 75% of the passes from Drake May. Why not throw in a phenomenal route runner who knows how to get past defenders, has great speed, and add him to your wide receiver core? I'll ask you guys this. Patriots should draft which wide receiver in round 2? Let me know in the comment section down below. Just, ignore all that hubbub there. But which Patriots wide receiver should they get in round 2 if they take Will Campbell in round 1? Well, let's go to round number 3, shall we? I'll take Jalen Noel, the wide receiver, with pick number 69 as well. I actually really like the idea here of adding a wide receiver early in round 2 and then early in round 3. With a guy like Noel, you are getting your 1,000-yard receiver that possibly you couldn't get with the Luther Burden. 80 receptions, 119 yards, 80 receptions, 119 targets, 8 touchdowns with only 4 drops. You are getting an absolute speedy wide receiver for a steal at round number 3. A lot of teams are going to be interested in a guy like Noel. And I know that when you've got your offensive tackle issues, the next position you need to really address here in the draft is your wide receiver room. And I do still like Demario Douglas and Hunter Hooper. But my goodness, the Patriots cannot give Drake May enough receivers this year with what he had to deal with last year. I really like the idea of just getting your receivers off the board in the NFL draft, starting to bulk up your depth later in the rounds in day 2 and day 3, but making sure you get some of the best pass catchers in round 1, 2, and 3 that are available. Plus, if you do end up getting a wide receiver with the first pick in the 3rd round, you still have another pick in the 3rd round, thanks to Matthew Judon. I do also know that Jalen Noel visited with the Patriots this week, so clearly they are interested in what that wide receiver could possibly bring, and if you pair him with a Stephon Diggs, maybe even a Luther Burden. But I also do know that last year the Patriots put a lot of eggs in Jalen Polk's basket. And then when that didn't work out, they tried to go Javon Baker, and that didn't work out either. So maybe adding a little bit of injury insurance or possibly just some extra depth to that position, you really can't go wrong with it here. I'm sticking with the offense. I'm going all offense because we did so much on defense in free agency. I think you get young with your offense. And I know that Mike Vrabel wants a running back. So give me round 3, pick number 77 via Atlanta, Dylan Sampson from Tennessee. We want to add some speed to our running back core. Right now, you've got your bruising back with Ramondre Stevenson, and Gibson is a very speedy running back too. He has a lot of burst, and he knows how to get through that line. But I think Dylan Sampson could be game-changing. 1,500 yards on 250 carries. He is fully equipped with handling a lot of totes for a college football team, and only 4 fumbles. It's not too bad. It's really not bad, especially doesn't compare to Ramondre Stevenson's 7 fumbles as well. With Vrabel wanting to draft a running back, a young running back, I really feel like they're trying to push Ramondre Stevenson's comfortability with his job security. I want them to be able to have another option. JaMychal Hasty really didn't push needle for us last year, and I think that developing Dylan Sampson would also be a really good opportunity for the Patriots after they move off of Ramondre Stevenson if he can't get the job done this year. We need a good speed option. You've got your knuckles with Ramondre. Now we need to find a little bit of a Sonic to put in that mix. Give Drake May some help on the ground if Stevenson has a season like he had last year. So knowing that Vrabel wants to add a young running back to the core, which round do you think the Patriots should draft a running back? Should it be rounds 1 through 4? Should it be later in the draft, possibly even a day 3? Type Y for yes, type N for no if you guys think they should draft a running back in rounds 1 through 4. We will get to the back half of the NFL draft in just 1 second, but let me go ahead and tell you guys real quick about our sponsor on today's show, and that is Prize Picks. This is the best way to win some cash while you guys are watching sports, and it's probably the easiest way to do so as well by making your lineup. All you guys have to do is just pick more or less on a player's projected stat for your shot to win up to 1,000 times your cash today. And springtime is here, and baseball season is officially underway. Don't miss your chance to add your favorite players from the diamond in your Prize Picks lineup. Whether it's strikeouts, RBIs, or first inning runs, you guys can take your picks. And you can also mix and match your player projections with baseball, basketball, hockey, soccer, golf, even esports. But I'm going to take my season-long projections here of Paul Skeen to have more than 215.5 pitcher strikeouts, and then Aaron Judge to have less than 49.5 home runs. He was off to a very hot start, but it's a long season. Here are my Prize Picks. If you guys want to make your picks for the season-long entries or just a single-game lineup, go on ahead and download the Prize Picks app. Use promo code CLNS. This will give you guys $50 instantly when you play your first $5 lineup. Download the Prize Picks app. Use promo code CLNS. That'll give you guys $50 instantly when you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks. Run your game. Round number 4, pick 106. I will take Jacob Parrish, the cornerback out of Kansas State University. And I know that we did sign Carlton Davis, which was a huge signing to pair with Christian Gonzalez. And you do still have a young guy like Alex Austin in your depth room as well. But I like the idea of still adding to your secondary. I think Jacob Parrish would probably be one of those best available players at round number 4. And start to develop him under Christian Gonzalez. I really don't think you can go wrong with adding a little bit more here to your defense. Especially with the offense, you can also still bulk up the tight end room. I have a little bit of a gripe with drafting a guy like Mitchell Evans, a tight end from Notre Dame, in round 5. And I understand that round 5 through 7, they're starting to fight for their positions when it comes to the offseason. But we also have Austin Hooper, Hunter Henry, and we have Jaheim Bell that we haven't utilized yet, and we drafted him last year. So I don't know how beneficial it would be to possibly add another tight end to that room, but it may be best available as well when it comes to round 5. And I do think that he does have a lot of ceiling that he hasn't reached yet that maybe he could fit somewhere in a Josh McDaniels type of offense. But here's one of my favorite picks in the second half of the NFL draft. Woody Marks, the running back from USC. I like the idea of possibly adding not one, but two running backs for the Patriots this draft. And especially if Dylan Sampson is not available, which there's a very high chance that he won't be in rounds 1 through 4 for the Patriots to select, I do think that Woody Marks would be a steal to still give you that speed option with Ramondre Stevenson, but later in the draft to possibly see what else is available and what else you need to bulk up your depth chart. And then, of course, we get to round 7. Welcome to day 3. Round 7, I will bulk up the center position here with Jackson Slater. Right now, you do have Bradbury as your starting center and possibly moving over a guy like Cole Strange, but having more is better with the offensive line and it is less. We learned that last year. Getting a big boy here can really plug the trenches, and he can learn under a guy like Bradbury moving forward. And last but not least, take it with a grain of salt. Might just be best available at this point, but round 7, pick number 238, I will take Mac McWilliams, the defensive back from UCF. Same thing. I like our secondary right now, but depth is more. And when you have Jabril Peppers and Kyle Duggar as well, who's kind of struggling with a little bit of injury from the last year, bulking it up, allowing him to develop with Del Pettis, Alex Austin, it could be another good competition to put in towards your OTAs and your training camps later on in the summer. But I do think rounds 1 through 3 are going to be very important for the Patriots to bulk up those number 2 positions, offensive line and wide receiver. I think depth should be your number 1 factor here towards the end of day 2 and especially on day 3. Now, we did get some studs last year. Obviously, Joe Milton getting picked up there in the 6th round. There could be another possible kicker scenario or maybe a backup quarterback since they did just get rid of Joe Milton. So that can vastly change as we get closer and closer to the NFL draft. But you also have to think that because New England may also make a couple of trades in the offseason, maybe before the NFL draft, you can always use your 2 round 5 picks and your 2 round 7 picks, especially the ones that you have acquired from the Chargers and from the Dallas Cowboys, to use in a trade, possibly like a Tyreek Hill or Breece Hall trade. So it doesn't necessarily mean that those are set in stone just yet either. So you do have to keep that in mind moving forward. Overall, go on ahead and grade this mock draft for me, A, B, C, D, or F. I'm not going to give my grade because, honestly, I would be a little bit biased. So go ahead and let me know in the comment section down below. Like I said, this is the month to be subscribed to Patriots Today by Chat Sports. If you guys haven't already, help us reach 25,000 subs and hit that button. Woo! How's it going? You like it? Oh, man, I got to eat. I have not eaten today. How are we on questions? Questions. Question sounds like croissant. I'm getting some B minuses, C pluses. That's fair. That is fair. All right, we will be starting our mailbag here in just a few moments. So if you guys haven't already, go ahead and get your questions in here. Jack, I assume we are good to go on the questions front. And while we are doing the mailbag, feel free to keep sending in your questions. Jack can filter them as we are going through the show. That angry guy? Oh. Alrighty, like I said, we're going to hop into our mailbag here, and if you guys want to send in... Oh, we also have some super chats here. We got some super chats from Jay, who sent in a lovely $20 super chat, and then Lex, who sent in a $5 super chat. Best thing that can happen for the Patriots is for moronic franchises to undervalue good players. Means we can pick them up later for higher value. What a nice thing to say. I don't know. What a nice thing to say. Moronic franchises. Gotta do what you gotta do. I am hungry. Alexis with a $4 super chat. I don't really, what does this mean? So we can pick them up later for higher value? Talking about, okay. Talking about the draft. Talking about the draft. I wasn't sure which you meant, pick up in like free agency or whatever. $20 super chat coming in from J904, boy. 904. I appreciate that, Jay, for helping out our channel here. We are also 5 likes away. If you guys haven't hit that like button, go on ahead and do so now, and then we will start the mailbag. We are doing a mailbag again this week because last week I couldn't use our mailbag because Joe Milton decided to get traded the day after I went live. So all of my content was cooked. But I think we're okay right now. Yeah, I don't think it's going to happen before the draft, if it does happen. All right, 1 like away. Jack, are you ready to go? Me not. All right, let's go ahead and jump into this week's Patriots mailbag. Welcome into Patriots Today by Chat Sports. I am your host, Allie Barefoot, and on today's show, we are hearing from you guys, the loyal 24,000 subscribers, about your comments, questions, concerns, and possibly hot takes about the Patriots on this week's mailbag. Before we hop into your questions, let me go ahead and ask you guys this. Do you want the Patriots to absolutely crush the 2025 NFL draft the way that they have done in NFL free agency so far? Go on ahead and hit that thumbs up button for me. If you guys have 500 likes in this video, I'm going to know you guys want to win the draft because let's be honest, other than Drake May, we deserve a good draft this year. So go on ahead and hit that like button for me. Let's start it off with my favorite Pop Tropica name, Vicious Tuna. Patriots is a potential trade for Myers off the table. I haven't heard anything about it lately. You probably haven't heard anything about it because I don't think the Las Vegas Raiders are really open to trading Jacoby Myers right now, especially not after the year that he just had as their leading receiver. And they're going through a bit of a transition period with their quarterback situation as well. I think that because they picked up Geno Smith, they're probably not looking to trade away their top pass catcher because they want to see what Jacoby Myers can do with a good quarterback. Better quarterback than Aiden O'Connell and Gardner Minshew. So I don't think this is unfortunately going to be the year the Patriots do trade for a guy like Jacoby Myers, but if he does become available via a trade, yes, I do think the Patriots should make that call. Christopher Flores, will the Patriots dump, with a capital D, dump Ramondre Stevenson because he's a turnover, fumble-prone player? This is also all caps. TFPP, turnover, fumble-prone player. No, I don't think they're going to dump Ramondre Stevenson because, yes, he had a very bad year last season, but they obviously saw potential in him because in that summer last year, they offered him a 4-year contract extension. So they're not going to drop that after one bad season. Not to mention, we did not really have a great offensive coordinator. We had a horrible offensive line. Now that you're getting a little bit more bulkier on the line, you got Josh McDaniels back calling the plays, Mike Vrabel. They're probably going to see how Ramondre Stevenson fits in with this realm. But I do know that Mike Vrabel wants to draft a running back. So I do think there's going to be competition to push him to have a better year this season. He is well aware of the fumbles that he made. Vrabel has also already addressed them and says that we are working on that. And that's not going to happen again this year. I think you give him another chance. I don't think you dump Ramondre Stevenson just yet. Maybe by the trade deadline next year, then we can talk about it. Kali Lama, instead of trade for Breece Hall, how about draft Gentry at number 4 and trade Ramondre for more draft capital? If the Patriots draft Ashton Gentry at pick number 4, I'm going to flip my lid. Ashton Gentry is a phenomenal running back. He was a Heisman finalist. I am not disregarding his skill set. But that is not what the Patriots need with pick number 4 in the NFL draft. In fact, I would probably put it at 5th on the level of priorities the Patriots have. They need to take an offensive tackle. They may need to take a wide receiver, or they need to trade down. I do not see the Patriots drafting Ashton Gentry with pick number 4, and if they do, I'm probably going to quit my job, to be honest, because I just don't want to talk about that team if they're making decisions like that. I do think that maybe a Ramondre Stevenson trade makes more sense for draft capital, but once again, like I just said, I don't think this is the year to move off of Ramondre. I really don't. Unless they do trade for Breece Hall, then maybe we can talk about Ramondre Stevenson and what his future looks like. Junior Estrada, pick number 38, round 2 is Trey Harris. I like it. I think there are several good wide receivers the Patriots could take with round 2, pick number 38. You've also got players in there like Luthen Burden. You've got other wide receivers that are still going to be very high off the board because I do think this is a very heavy receiver draft. So I have no problem with picking up a guy like Trey Harris. I actually think he would be a very good fit with a possible guy like Stephon Diggs as well. So I think that it will take, the right availability for the Patriots. It's probably just going to be best receiver available if they do end up taking an offensive tackle in round 1. My friend Pat, if they take Campbell at 4 and he can't play left tackle and is moved to guard, how much would it set back the franchise? Oh, God, we're talking about like catastrophic events spiraling if he can't play left tackle. I don't think it's going to be that big of a deal. Our left side right now is still thin, but I think that Campbell will be able to move to the tackle position. He's already played tackle. He's a very versatile offensive lineman. That's why he's so high in his draft stock. I think the number one reasoning for drafting Campbell is specifically that. Push him to the left side. Now, maybe if you're talking about struggling at the left side, then yeah, we can probably make some adjustments here. But you also still have Caden Wallace, Verdarian Lowe, Cole Strange, who you probably don't want to push out that far either. But I don't think it's going to be that catastrophic. I mean, the Patriots have never really had a great left tackle in the last couple of years either. So I think Campbell will have no problem being pushed to the left tackle. And I agree with Jeremy Fowler from ESPN, who said that if he were to move outside, he'd probably right now be better than half of the left tackles in the NFL. And I know for a fact he'd be better than Verdarian Lowe. So I'm sticking with Campbell at tackle. I think he'll be great. Do you guys love the Patriots? Go on ahead and like this video. I'll keep it very clean and simple. We deserve a good year as Patriots fans. I want to see some wins on the table, and I do love the New England Patriots. So go on ahead and hit that like button for me if you guys haven't already. Sam I Am coming in. Would you be happy if the Patriots trade up for Travis Hunter? Yeah, I would be. I think that right now this is a very weird draft scenario where there's only 2 main superstars, right? Maybe 3 with an Ashton Genty. You can go down the line. But in the first 5 picks, there's 2. It's Abdul Carter and it's Travis Hunter. And unfortunately, thanks to Joe Milton, who's no longer with the Patriots, we don't have pick number 1. So we don't have the pick of the litter. And I could see Travis Hunter going to pick number 2 with the Cleveland Browns. What that trade may cost is why I would probably be a little bit hesitant on it. But overall, if it's a good trade and it doesn't give up too much for the Patriots, yeah, I would trade up to pick number 2 with the Cleveland Browns and try to get Travis Hunter. But I'm not Elliott Wolf, so I don't know what it would take at this point. Mugglecarp. I'm worried we'll want to trade back, but no serious offers to accept. I think there will definitely be serious offers. You are in probably one of the worst quarterback draft classes I have seen in the last 5 years. There are teams in the top 10 that need a quarterback. The Raiders might need a quarterback. The Saints definitely need a quarterback. And maybe not even Shedeur Sanders. The Carolina Panthers could be very interested in Will Campbell, so you can trade for pick number 8. I think there are several trades that would be available for New England. And I think it's very possible that they do trade down. Because I do think you can get Armand Membo at pick number 4. Nobody will blink an eye. I think you could also get Armand Membo at pick number 9. And people will think that's exactly where he's supposed to go as well. So I think the trades will be available. I also do think you guys should download the Game Time app because they are the official ticketing partner of Patriots Today by Chat Sports. If you guys are looking to go see the Patriots in person later this year, or maybe wanting to go see the Celtics or the Bruins in their playoff run, then Game Time is the app for you. All you guys have to do is download the Game Time app, and you have a plethora of features right at your fingertips. Number 1, you're going to get lowest price guaranteed. That sounds great to everybody. You're also going to get all-in pricing, which shows the total upfront with no surprise fees at checkout. And you get to see the view from your seat in the app before you buy. Get a nice panoramic view from your seat in the app. Make sure you guys are happy with where you're sitting and what you'll be able to see. Those are several different factors for the reason why I use Game Time. And I love going to see sporting events in person. I love going to see concerts. I'm also a fan of the theater. If you guys are looking to take yourself, your significant other, your friends, your family, Game Time is the app for you. If you guys want to go on ahead and download the Game Time app, just create an account and use promo code ChatSports for $20 off your first purchase while terms apply. Again, create an account, redeem code CHATSPORTS for $20 off. Download the Game Time app today. Go on ahead and see what you can grab. What time is it? It's game time. Coming in here with another question from Vicious Tuna. Trade for a wide receiver. Wilson, Olave, even Myers. Please no on running back or cornerback. Thoughts? Allie. Sure. I love trading for a wide receiver. I do think that Garrett Wilson will not be traded to the New England Patriots. I do think that Chris Olave will not be traded this year from the New Orleans Saints. I do not think Jacoby Myers will be traded from the Las Vegas Raiders this year either. I do think there are still possible players to trade for example, Tyreek Hill. Might be a lot of testosterone in one room, but Stephon Diggs and Tyreek Hill would be a dream for Drake May to have as a veteran receivers for the second-year quarterback. There also could be some other lower-level wide receivers not up there with players like Diggs or Tyreek Hill that could be available. But I am all for trading for a big-time player. Absolutely. Music coming in. Do you think there's a chance the Giants draft someone other than Carter, Hunter, or Sanders? They don't need Carter since they're all set at the defensive end. No. I do not think they will draft anybody either than Abdul Carter, Travis Hunter, or Shedeur Sanders. It's just not one of those drafts, unfortunately. I wish we had 10 players of superstars, but you really only have the top 3 picks to get your guy. And I think that it's going to be Abdul Carter, Travis Hunter, whoever gets him first. Everybody has the same plan. Draft Travis Hunter. If Hunter's not available, draft Abdul Carter, and vice versa. That's why I think the Giants take one of the 3 players with pick number 3. Old Man Mob, do you see the Patriots drafting a kicker? Sure, absolutely. I am not well versed in the kickers of this year's NFL draft. I'm not going to act like I am. But knowing we do have 2 picks in round 5 and 2 picks in round 7, might as well. Because right now we don't have a kicker. So it's either free agency or draft one, and I think it'd be nice to kind of grow a kicker in New England. What I'm not going to do is trade up for a kicker like Bill Belichick did. Pat's Productions, who is your favorite Patriots player right now? I will go with Alex Austin. I think Alex Austin is a phenomenal cornerback. I think he's a headhunter, he's scrappy, he's fast, and he has very quick hands. And I think that he gets overshadowed sometimes because of Christian Gonzalez, but he is developing year in and year out, and he has a very high ceiling. I have enjoyed Alex Austin every single game that he has played, and I do still think he'd be a good complement to Gonzo and Carlton Davis in the secondary, so hopefully he has another great season here as well. Adrian Monk, if the Vikings came calling from number 18 with this year and next year's first year in 2025 second, 2026 second, and third, would you take it? Yes! Yes! I would highly recommend the Vikings do this. Does anybody know KOC's number? My God, absolutely. Let's do it. Stamp it. Move on. Are you guys ready for the 2025 NFL season? Go on ahead and like this video for me if you guys haven't already. This is our year to be better than we were last year. Go on ahead and hit that thumbs up button for me if you guys haven't already. All right. Thank you guys so much for tuning in here to today's live show. We go live every single week on Wednesday at 5 p.m. Eastern Time. And each week it gets better and better. Thank you guys for commenting down below, keeping us in twine with your conversations, and sending in your questions. I will put those videos out over the next couple of days. If you guys haven't already, go on ahead and do one thing for me and hit that sub button.